beautiful mountains are home to what most people consider the best bike park in the world, filled with endless trails made with the hero dirt of the Pacific Northwest. I've now ridden Whistler enough to get a good feel for the park's layout, trail variety, brake bumps, and so much more. It's allowed me to progress beyond what I could have ever imagined. If you asked me 3 years ago whether I would ever ride Crabapple Hits, Whistler's biggest jump trail, I would have said hands down, no way, are you crazy? When you're at Whistler, something just clicks, and anyone can gain the confidence from this experience. Within these stunning mountains lies 4 Proline jump trails marked by the red triangle: Dwayne Johnson, Lower Dirt Merchant, D1, and Crabapple Hits. I never really expected to ride any of these trails due to the risk of injury and fear that comes with big jumps. But the moment I got the Whistler Bike Park's confidence boost, I ticked these trails off my wish list of must-ride trails one by one. Here's how you can successfully ride these 4 trails. Let's start with the least difficult, Lower Dirt Merchant. Alright, so we're going over to Dirt Merchant now. So they rank this the easiest of the Proline trails here at Whistler. So we're gonna take you through this trail on a quick little lap and show you what to do on some of these. Dirt Merchant is the newest Proline added to Whistler Bike Park. The trail starts as a double black with shark fins, step-ups, and big rollers, then splits halfway through. If you take the easier route called Ripon Rutabaga, you can expect smaller jumps with corners and even a rock drop. The bigger Proline section will give you some on-off hits, 2 big drops and step-ups with gap jumps in between all the action. Alright, here we go. Dirt Merchant. So the upper part starts as a double black, and it's actually pretty simple. Break into a fair amount of these jumps actually. So that one right there I usually give some good breaks into. That one just cruise through here. Make sure you don't jump that roller. A lot of people shoot it into the lip. I just roll through those. This one just cruise off of. The berm, here's where you really need to keep your speed up. Pedal through here. Keep as much speed as you can through this landing into these first 2. Scrub that one a little, and then just get that one nice and good. Cruise along through here. Little scrub. Take this berm nice, decent amount of brakes here. Just roll off this drop, kind of push into it. This hip, you could go all the way, or you could just kind of take it easy. Cruise, full speed for this one. You'll land that nice and good. And then here, roll through the berm. No pedals, and just go as fast as you can into that. And then from here, the rest of the trail is all sort of pretty smooth. Just kind of works. Threw in a pedal there. Right here, I usually give a crank, get going a little bit faster. Some people gap the bridge. And just cruise on into the step up. That's Dirt Merchant. After a few more laps, I found 2 things that were very important with this lower portion. At the very beginning of the split, gain as much speed as you can and more than you think you need. From this berm to the hip, you'll absolutely need it, so make sure you get your pedal strokes in early when the trail is still simple. The second overall tip is to scrub the drops. Check out what happened to me on my first run. The impacts can be very hard due to the sheer size and drop, so conserve your speed and airtime by pushing off of the ends. The next trail up in progression is Dwayne Johnson. In my opinion though, this is the easiest of the 4 Proline trails. There's only 3 major features on the line, but they all work well and flow nicely. The jumps are very committing though, especially the first long sender. The other 2 features include a rock drop and smaller step up. Alright, so this one here is Dwayne Johnson. It's technically only 3, maybe 4 jumps. It's one of the easier Prolines for sure, but the jumps are very big and very committing. So let's get this one. So first thing is just kind of roll through here. You don't need to build up speed like crazy before this little drop, but after, you do want to keep your speed. Hug it left pretty hard and just go full send off that. Oh, I cased a little bit. But yeah, nice and fast into that one. Cruise around here. There's 2 options. If you want to take the drop, pedal once and just coast. Then you just cruise, gap that. And that's Dwayne Johnson. Pretty short, simple trail, but it's a lot of fun. All right, so that was the drop. If you want to do the roll, you just come in nice and slow. No need to go crazy fast, and just pull right off of that. No brakes. You'll land that perfect. Just like Dirt Merchant, there's 2 things to be aware of. This first jump is very prone to windy conditions, so make sure you wait for a gap before dropping in. It's pretty easy to spot the trees next to the jump in their motion from up the hill. If you decide to take the drop over the roll, remember your brakes into the small step up, and I promise that will save you a lot. The next trail is the biggest and most well known in the bike park, which is called Crabapple Hits. This line contains the biggest jumps in the area, which are also the highest consequence if you don't have the necessary skill. This iconic set of 6 jumps holds the Crankworx whip-off competition, where riders get fully sideways on the big 60-footer. Any wind on these jumps should be taken into full consideration before riding. Though this line is massive, it's the most rewarding once you dial the speeds for all the jumps. Alright, Crabapple Hits now. Biggest jumps in the Whistler Bike Park. For most people, this is the scariest one. So let's give you a perfect tour of the line just to show you where you need to pedal, brake, what lines to take. It's a pretty good day out. First thing before you even start the line, if you don't think you can do it, don't do it. Because being nervous is what can cause you to crash. So just have a positive mindset, just like all jumps. Let's get it. Just pedal into here a bunch. Really can't go wrong on this section. And just kind of pop off this step down. Right here is crucial. Stay inside line and then give it a pedal or 2 and you'll cruise off the step down. No worries. Little bit of brakes here for me. Oh yeah. Oh. And then just fly off that one there. Rest of the trail is just all simple. This thing's kind of weird. And then that's Crabapple. This line is actually very straightforward. The key to keeping your speed is definitely in that rock corner. Staying inside will give you a smoother line and you'll be able to pump it and carry way more speed. The other part comes with just how big the jumps are. For a jump line like this to exist, every jump has to be built perfectly to where you don't brake or pedal in between jumps if you land it perfectly. That's the exact case with this line, and if you get the jump before, you just keep going and it all works. The hardest trail in all of Whistler is called D1, which holds a much different style than the 3 other Proline trails. Of these, D1 is the only line located in the Garbanzo section, a little higher up the mountain. This trail has slightly smaller jumps than one might expect for a Proline, but they're significantly more technical than they appear, and many people struggle to clear a bunch of them. Twisted drops, shark fins, short runouts, and big gaps make this line the most difficult trail in all of Whistler, and easily the hardest to gauge speed for. First thing, always have that positive mindset, just like Crabapple Hits, and I'm also going to be in my max gear. It'll really help you clear a jump that a lot of people miss. So, let's get going. First off, just a little bit of tech. 99% of you will not hit your chainring, so don't worry. Corner, that one works really well. And then pedal here for that step up in max gear. I still cased a little, but that should help you out. Cruise off that one. and just blast that step up. Works really well. Just cruise off of here. A little bit of brakes right here around that corner. And then here, full commit around this. Still case, but it's fine. And that's D1. It's really a matter of yourself knowing if you can do it or not, because those jumps are very technical and I'm still not getting them dialed, but I do have a good idea of those speeds. Having ridden a lot of smaller and more technical jumps, this trail does come a little bit easier to me, but it takes a long time to polish it off. The last little shark fin into the right-hand corner is very difficult and by far the hardest part for me. Oh man, casing it. Keeping traction on some of those shark fin step downs can also be a challenge. So that's a brief breakdown on how to ride all 4 of the Proline trails in the Whistler Bike Park. Feel free to comment with any questions or struggles that you had when riding these, and I'll have more Whistler videos coming out soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Yeah, this isn't that bad. I say that, and then in July I'll come running up to these.